Today's horoscope from Astrocademy, Sagittarius November 18, 2022. Thanks to a Mercury-Jupiter trine today, you tend to focus on the most supportive, positive, and hopeful scenarios. A generous and open approach to domestic issues, sharing, finances, and intimacy can be most successful now. Things flow, particularly on mental and emotional levels. You might sort matters out in your mind or with someone special and get to happy places and conclusions. People tend to cooperate with you, and family or intimate relationships can improve through reaching out, sharing good humor, or extending help or support. Cooperation helps fuel your motivation. Today also brings Venus into a harmonious, supportive relationship with your sign. This transit brings lightness, warmth, and grace into your life, and it's particularly good for your powers of attraction. Until December 9th, you seek more pleasure from life. Creativity, romance, children, entertainment, and other channels through which you express your need for play and reinforcement can be in pleasant focus. Prepare for your mind to go through the roof today. As mental Mercury spins in the very late degrees of your solar 4th house, he'll link to Jupiter, the planet of miracles, who now orbits in your solar 8th house of intimacy. This guarantees that you'll be feeling euphoric, excited, and broad-minded, especially when it comes to how you can make exciting shifts in regard to your home, family, and living space. If married and living together, you could have a mental breakthrough that encourages you to renovate, find the perfect decor, or move. However, if seeking to apply for a space or loan, luck is on your side now. Get ready for one hot day. As the last quarter moon dazzles in your sign, you might feel more confident than ever. Let go of any insecurities or self-doubt to embrace your best self. You could even dress up today to embrace the lunation. Meanwhile, you could feel more expressive than usual since Venus is entering Sagittarius. Your passion projects, ideas, and means for self-expression are about to take off with incredible gusto. Venus in Sagittarius is all about your big picture mentality, so keep your eye on the prize. At the same time that the moon returns for its monthly visit to your income sector, something that can sharpen your nose for money and act as a trigger, Jupiter moves into his final week in retrograde motion in your financial sector. With Jupiter having just spent the last few days at a friendly aspect to Venus and Mercury, there is a new sense of financial confidence as you move into some important days on both sides of the financial fence. This is your day in many ways. You can sort the chaff from the grain like no other sign, and perhaps the grain is in your emotional truth. You tend to know what a situation or a person needs in order to get straightened out, so don't be afraid to get involved. To mirror this in your body, try eating leafy vegetables or blueberries in order to give your digestive tract a hand in processing your nutrition. Did you know that blueberries aid in healthy bowel movement? As you go about your day, be sure to stay true to yourself. It's a 7 vibration that's occurring, and this places emphasis on your sense of morality and spirituality. Yours is a social nature and getting along with others is likely very important to you. Yet, this may not always be possible. If the group holds a belief that is completely averse to your own, you need to decide what matters most. Be sure to take the time you need to assess what works best for you in the moment, and for the long haul. In the heart of the working week, Mercury follows Venus into a fun, playful, romantic, and creatively charged part of your chart today. Until Venus returned yesterday, there had been no planetary activity here since Mars left in January, and now this has doubled in just a day. While Venus will work to make these some of the most fun and even romantically charged weeks of the year, Mercury has returned to give your heart a voice and to put heart and mind on the same page. Meanwhile, something is brewing across the income, work, and career fronts that will make work and life balance a priority. Just as Venus, the planet of love, is spending her first full day in your romantic sector, she is joined by Mercury, who returns with a chance to give your heart a voice and to put heart and mind on the same page. While the Sun is still 5 days away from turning the solar spotlight onto matters of the heart, the most romantically charged weeks of 2022 are now officially underway. Our eyes in the sky. Today's transits have a great deal to do with the moon's energy, and the way it flows through the day is like an emotional blessing. Starting around sunrise, we move away from impatience and into a more empathetic disposition. Today, we can understand things from another person's perspective in a clear light, blessing us with the necessary comprehension and patience. You can carry the compassionate vibe from the morning and add to it the creative problem-solving skills you need to find solutions to any issues. When Mercury aspects Pluto on November 15th, you're thinking about the commitments people have to you and the commitments you've made to them. Remember, you're allowed to update the terms and conditions of your partnership whenever you believe it's time. This is a great day for sitting down and conversing with your significant other. The sextiles could provoke transformation when you are ready to explore a new adventure or path with your partnerships and arrangements. Be open to what the other party wants to explore, as you cannot control every outcome. Since the Sun in Scorpio will also trine Neptune retrograde in Pisces. A day after Venus left your relationship sector, Mercury leaves today, though as the planet of communication, not before doing what he can to ensure the communication lines are open. With Venus and Mercury gone, this just leaves the Sun, who will keep the solar spotlight on your relationships for another 5 days. Meanwhile, the Moon's return to your romantic sector today will give the spirit of romance a boost. Patience and sensitivity are accentuated in the late afternoon. If you manage to not let the intensity of your emotions get to you in the latter part of the day, you can form an unbreakable bond with the people you keep close to. Show them your willingness to get in tune with them. In the morning, the last quarter moon in Leo invites us to reflect on events that transpired during the November 8th Taurus full moon lunar eclipse. Predictably, we are still in it. Though certain cosmic writing may be on the wall, the dust has not yet settled, and there is little closure to be found at this moment. The Leo moon sees us desperately seeking validation as we navigate a scorpionic pressure cooker. The fact that we are unlikely to receive the support and praise we desire forces us to lean into our creative faculties for stability. Remember, the eclipse medicine we have been provided is the ability to cut ties with projections, conditions, or relationships where we are locked in uphill battles, doing things the hard way. The time is right to assess what those factors are for you. Where are you still pushing for absolution instead of cutting the cords keeping you in self-defeating predicaments? While the moon will leave your romantic sector today, just having it here as Venus return to an adventurous part of your chart will have ongoing implications. At the same time that romantically charged lunar vibes run their course, the planet of love's new mission to bring the spirit of romance and adventure together is off to the best possible start. Following this, Mercury in Scorpio trines Jupiter in Pisces, helping us to adopt a positive attitude despite circumstantial turbulence. We are able to get the universe's joke and laugh at ourselves instead of being self-critical. This influence balances dark humor with levity. Perceiving the bigger picture allows us to not feel so stuck, and to think up new ways to face our concerns with grace. The first step is forgiving ourselves. The second is forgiving others.